Definitely cannot underestimate her. Alright, so my second person I researched was Stevie Wonder, and he is still living. He was born in 1950. So he is a singer-songwriter who is legally blind, and he has been blind since birth due to a condition called retinopathia. And this condition, it happened because he was a premature baby, and when he was placed on the oxygen incubator, it gave too much oxygen, which then pushed pressure on the retinas of his eyes and then caused him to become blind. So that's basically what retinopathia is. Anyway, he was extremely musical talented. He is a child prodigy in the aspect of music. And he signed a record deal by age 11 for Motown Records. Like, that's crazy. That's so awesome. Anyway, he also, in 1973, he was in a car accident, so he also lost his sense of smell. So he did not have his eyesight or his sense of smell. And today, he doesn't have a sense of smell. So something else to, I guess, consider. Anyway, Wonder produced many music records, and majority which have a deep meaning. I was looking at all, like, I couldn't get through all of them, but I looked at many and listened to some of his songs, and he has dedicated all of his songs to people and given thanks and for motivating him to write a song about this, and just, he's honestly one of the most humble people that you could ever think of. So he was introduced in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1989, and that's when he was getting that. He was giving a thing, or no, this is his Lifetime Award at the Grammys. He's giving a speech. And he's very, as I said before, he's very modest and humble and about all of his accomplishments. So that's just fantastic. And to top it all off, he is a United Messenger of Peace. Like, he is he's a genuine person. He supports over 20 foundations, including the Special Olympics, Music for Relief, and the Children's Health Fund. So he promotes and he donates to all of these foundations. And when he talks about his disability, it shows that what I liked most about him is that when he talked, he showed that his disability is just a part of him. It doesn't define him. So I think that's really important, that people who possess a disability, they are not defined by it. That is why you cannot refer to them, as the person who has Down syndrome, for example. You have to think of them as a person first. So that's what I thought was really neat. And I said that he is truly an inspiration because he is very thankful for everything he has been given. Even he sees his disability as it is just a part of him, but he feels that he has been blessed with something great, like for everything else that he has. And he shows that absolutely anything is possible and to never give up on the things you love to do. Wonder has an amazing perspective on the world, and he does not focus on the negative and sees his disability as a blessing instead. He also has a Facebook page that displays multiple articles, his music singles, thank you speeches, and more. So if you guys want to check that out, just go on your Facebook accounts and type in Stevie Wonder, and all of a sudden it'll take you to this page, and it has everything on there. So if you're ever bored one day or really interested in Stevie Wonder, give that a try. And lastly, this is Chris Burke. So Chris Burke is one of the first actors with Down syndrome to ever come into Hollywood. So he made history there, so that's fantastic. And he is also a singer. He is known for his role as Corky, or Charles, on the TV show Life Goes On. He is a part of a folk band called Forever Friends with Joe and John DeMasi. And these two guys, when he was younger, he went to a camp for those who have a disability in the summer, and he met Joe and John, who are twin brothers, and they do not have a disability, but they are camp counselors. They were camp counselors there. And then they became friends with Chris, and soon they came together and formed a band, so it's pretty neat. Kirk is also a Goodwill ambassador for the National Down Syndrome Society and is an advocate for those who have a disability. And this is his band, and in his band promotes love, inclusion, and celebration through their music. I listened to a couple of their songs, and they are very celebratory and upbeat music, which is so good to hear. And it's really good. Their message is so positive and so inspiring that I don't know how you couldn't listen to them or be inspired. Oops. Portions of the Prophet, so every concert they do, portions of profit go to the very special arts, providing programs for those who have a physical or mental disability. So that in itself is just awesome. And members of the band, John DeMazy, wrote the song All Walk Together, which is now the national anthem for Down syndrome for many groups in America. So lots of, so for the Betty Walk, that one they used All Walk Together as their national song. So it's awesome that they can do that. And even, I'm pretty sure it is even the national Down syndrome song in Germany, where I read that. So that's very cool. And as I said earlier, Chris also has a website, so chrisburke.org if you ever want to check that out. And it just provides all the info about their band and their purpose. They want to incorporate total inclusion in society. And this, I watched a little video on Chris Burke as an interview, and he stated you have to, in order to be successful, you just have to believe in yourself, work hard, and never give up. And then he calls, instead of calling it Down syndrome, he calls it Up syndrome, because he has, honestly, a bubbly personality and is very upbeat. And people described him as inspiring, positive, and uplifting. This one I just, yeah. Perfect. And there's also a book on him called A Special Kind of Hero, which I said previously. And it is written by Joe, Beth McDaniel, and Chris Burke. So it's his own story and it's in there, and it's apparently very good. From the reviews I read, it was awesome. Burke is a phenomenal human being who is a great inspiration to all and a wonderful advocate for those who have a disability. So it's pretty awesome. All right, and for my conclusion. So you guys are probably like, thank God she's almost done. But no, I think it's pretty good. Altogether, the idea of full inclusion is possible, and the 3 individuals I analyzed are shining examples of the possibilities of inclusion. By gaining a proper education and awareness, we can provide more opportunities for those who have a disability so everyone can reach their full potential. The concepts in Chapter 6, that was a mistake there, also made me aware of how large the gap is between people who are disabled and those who are not, and the attitudes towards those with a disability, which aren't always positive. I believe it is up to us to help change those attitudes and provide others with the proper knowledge about disability. So, and then in my further explanation, I understand that many of us will not be advocates for full inclusion in the celebrity world, but however, we can come together to provide opportunities for those with a disability right in the community of Regina or in your hometown community, however that is. Because for it to become society, it needs to be everyone included. So even just in our small community, we need to take that step a little bit further to promote the ideas of inclusion. So in Regina, as I said before, the Campus for All program for those who have an intellectual disability is always open to new volunteers, which is why I'm going to check it out next year. Pretty excited about that. And then also in Regina, there's the Creative Options Regina, and it also offers opportunities for those with a disability to succeed and become functioning members of society. And I believe it offers a wide range of options, like activities to do, like physical activities that you can do, just simply socialize with somebody, like many different things. And lastly, all in all, my goal for this poster was to make others aware of disability and inclusion and how we can incorporate it into society. Hopefully this poster motivates you to have a little more understanding towards those with a disability and offer support when in contact with a person who has disability. So that is everything. I'll show you a couple clips of my bibliography, end it off on a good note. There. And I will, that's that. So thank you very much, and I hope you learned a little something on inclusion.